sure by now you're beginning to realize that, in my opinion, mindfulness is a really important aspect of any DBT skills training program. This opinion was formulated through my own experience of living the DBT lifestyle, which has helped me to develop my ability to live the life I want to live. Mindfulness is a fundamental practice that underpins everything else in the skills training process. We're not able to access the skills available through DBT training without the ability to practice things mindfully, as this is how we build our self-awareness. Self-awareness is something that many people think they have, but as I found out myself when I was personally put to the test, most people, like me, are sadly lacking in this area. I've come to know my own self-awareness as a sense of inner wisdom, to know what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, what my body is experiencing, and what beliefs I may be creating about what's happening around me, without the judgment that's associated with the stories I've formed over time about these external and internal things. It's a primary assumption of DBT that each person has this innate inner wisdom at their core. This wisdom is known in the skills training program as wise mind. If you're used to working with different styles of therapy that also adopt a mindfulness approach, you're going to find many similarities with their way of looking at this internal sense of wisdom. For example, with internal family systems, wise mind is very similar to their use of self with a capital S. In schema therapy, it's the equivalent to their healthy adult mode, and in acceptance and commitment therapy, there's a lot of comparisons that can be drawn between a state of wise mind and their observing self. When we develop our ability to access this inner wisdom, we can say that we are in a state of wise mind. This inner wisdom is a space that we have to get to so that we can acknowledge, accept, and integrate the polar opposites that exist within our personality system. These polarizations are known in DBT as the experience of being stuck in a state of reason mind or a state of emotion mind. For me, this involves us acknowledging that these states are simply a representation of the many different parts of our personality that have been activated by the situation we're in. Some of these parts are emotional by nature, and so they exist in our emotion mind, and some of them are reasonable by nature, so they exist in our reason mind. When activated, they're simply doing what they think they have to do to survive or just to cope with their current unique experience of reality. When you're in a state of wise mind, you're open to experiencing reality exactly as it is, accepting that there are parts of you that have been triggered and not making these parts of you wrong for the way they see the world. In the wise mind state, you're not reacting to the parts of you that are communicating from emotion mind or buying into what the parts of you that are coming from a state of reason mind are trying to get you to buy into. You're able to be in the moment, noticing what's happening around you, accepting what's happening within you, and educating your parts on what's so in actuality, rather than what they're creating in their own personal version of subjective reality. Accepting the thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations associated with these parts gives us the ability to use the skills available to us in any basic DBT skills training program, and allows us to apply our knowledge, experience, and a general common sense to the situation at hand. For some people, accessing and applying their own inner wisdom is easy. For others, it's a very difficult thing to do, but everyone has the capacity for their own inner wisdom. Everyone has a wise mind experience within, and even if you can't access it at this particular point in time, it's really important that you accept this concept as a possibility for you. Wise mind is a state of being that's often deep within us, so accessing it can take time and practice. We have to develop our ability to walk ourselves into a space of relaxation that allows us to simply be in the moment. A level of internal awareness that only comes where the fear of what's happening in the external world is no longer present. So how do we access this wise mind state, and what's the process we go through to get into this elevated state of being? Sometimes it happens naturally without our awareness or knowledge of even being there, and this is often referred to as being in the zone, which is something that many people who get involved in sports and artistic and musical activities report on a regular basis. We have to know what it feels like in order to recognize when we're there, and the only way that I know of walking myself into a space of wise mind is through guided meditation, as following a guided meditation practice helps develop our ability to get into this space. If you take a look at the pages of my website, I'll leave some links in the description below. You're going to find some guided meditation scripts, as well as some links to recorded versions of these scripts that are going to help you to develop your ability to enter a state of wise mind. And as always, if you like the content of this video, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and smash that like button, turn on those notifications for all the latest from me and the Liberation Place, I hope this video gave you some insight for how you can access this state of wise mind to support you in changing those behaviours that you're trying to change. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Take care, be safe, and be well.